Me loco, me loco. I've been listening to way too much Cold Chamber, dude.
Dude, I fucking love new metal though.
Yeah, I want to start with that.
Yeah,
Hi everyone.
Fuck it, go do the intro.
Welcome back to the No Time Records podcast. I was gonna say 2020, but we've already. It's not a new year. It just feels like it because we haven't done one in a couple weeks.
Yeah, finals, and just listening to so much fucking new metal that I have no time for anything else.
We've been really busy, just studying up on our late '90s, early 2000s new metal that we just haven't really had the clear headspace to talk.
Yeah.
I've been listening to so much Cold Chamber.
Why? Why? Okay, why?
I think I just that era of music is so interesting to me because it's like, wow, none of these bands were good.
Oh, completely, but they've sold millions and millions of fucking records. That's what, fucking it's baffling to me.
That 90s to early 2000s was like that was the peak, like labels making the most money. That's when like CDs were like the hottest thing ever. That's when like they were making so much money.
I'm looking at pictures of them right now, and they look exactly what I thought they would.
Yeah.
Fucking the hair is ridiculous.
The vocals are awful. The music's generic. It's beautiful. I think every grindcore band needs to stand a new metal band. So for Corrupt Vision, I'm choosing Cold Chamber.
Oh fuck that, dude! I'd rather pick Slipknot.
Because Slipknot's the only good one.
Yeah, Slipknot's fucking first two albums still hold up.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they still hold up to this fucking day, and I still firmly believe that the first Limp Bizkit record is fucking insane. Like,
should we tell people the plan?
Yeah, fuck it, just tell them.
All right, so if Halloween isn't canceled and we can host some sort of quote unquote show, whether it be a live stream or some socially distant thing. Again, we're not at all promoting or pro the idea of hosting shows right now in July and probably into the early summer, into the late summer, early spring. But if for some reason October is fine, more or less, we want to work with our buddies Christian Lovers and do a Slipknot cover set as Corrupt Vision and Christian Lovers put together.
That's fucking right. Get those fucking detuned guitars out.
We're gonna get masks. We're gonna get the outfits. We're gonna get some kegs to hit.
There's a keg in program that Chris will probably let us borrow it.
The little one?
Yeah, the little tiny one.
The little loser machine promo? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where else to get a fucking keg.
Don't you work at a gas station?
We don't sell kegs.
Fucking the liquor store across the street?
I do not know. I've never been there, but we do have Chris almost on speed dial at this point. We can use that little keg. And that actually does go to today's topic, which is shows and festivals. There was a lot of festivals that actually got canceled, except for one. We'll talk about that. But we just wanted to go through over just like a couple festivals that got canceled or postponed, starting with our own.
I thought we were gonna start with herd immunity. Oh, we're ending with that.
No, we're ending with the good stuff.
Side note: Did you see that Great White played a show with no social distancing or any guidelines involved?
Great White, the band?
The band, yes, the band that had the fire.
The fire, yeah. I think unfortunately that's like their most famous thing.
Yeah, I was looking it up before this. Yeah, 100 people died.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, there it is. Consequence of sound. Great White plays coronavirus concert with no social distancing. The band, oh my god! Okay, the band that famously killed 100 people after setting off pyrotechnics inside of a small club is at it again.
I feel so bad for laughing. That is one of the most horrendous things to ever happen in like live music.
Oh, 100%. But this this
It's
little
one of the
fucking
worst.
tag, this little tag just is added again. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking one of the worst. Oh my god. I don't.
Holy
Oh my
crap.
god.
Well, fuck. We'll get on. Well, at the very end, let's just try to keep our sanity. But this is a great fucking find. This is fucking terrible. We'll
Yeah,
give
it's
our
awful.
thoughts at the very end. But yeah, our fest. No Time for Fun Fest 2020, Tommy.
So it was originally slated actually a month earlier than last year's because we didn't want to collide with Zesta, which also got canceled.
Yep, also on the list of things to talk about.
I wanted to keep No Time for Fun Fest happening around the same weekend as the label's anniversary, which is July 26th. But June was just what was going to have to happen because we were going to be super busy in July,
Yeah.
especially because we had Zesta, school, and then the extortion show.
Yeah.
So July was too busy for us to squeeze in there.
Yeah, and the extortion show was actually shaping up to be like a pretty damn big show, and it is pretty smart to just keep that
Keep that as
open.
a thing.
Yeah.
Part of me was like, what if I moved No Time for Fun Fest around the extortion show? And I was like, that's gonna be a confusing nightmare. So
yeah,
not that any of that matters now.
it's a blessing in disguise, honestly, in a way.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was. I think I don't want to say I off more than we can chew with it, but it was definitely going to be a big deal. And there was definitely the way that we wanted to do it probably could have led to a lot of issues, but we wanted to keep it DIY as possible. But we were just worried about the show getting too big. So.
And No Time for Fun Fest was June 26th, the 27th, and the 28th.
Yeah, we were supposed to have Livid back through. They were supposed to do a giant US tour, which is why we pressed. The main reason why we pressed Life is Pain, Life is Shit on vinyl, which actually came out today.
Yep.
That's what I've been dealing with for the last week of just packing them out, getting them out to the labels, and then promoting it. But they're supposed to come on through. Pig City was going to come out. Sarcasm was going to come down. What's on there? Oh, Whelm was going to play with Livid. This isn't even. I'm just looking at it. I was like, damn, I didn't even bother booking it past this.
Yeah.
I basically booked it with like, it's probably not going to happen. And then it didn't happen. So I was thinking about pushing this to like October, but with Fest canceling, that's basically me going, yeah, you know what? October's probably not going to happen. So.
Yeah, so I personally think it was inevitable.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to keep this lineup as much as possible for 2021 if it can happen, which you would hope a year, but
yeah, I actually read that Live Nation is going to go through with all concerts at quote full speed in 2021.
Does everyone plays twice as fast?
I'm sure that's exactly what they meant. Just get in, get out.
Go. They have to put all the 2020 concerts at the same time, so it's like every show is like a combined bill.
Oh my! Oh fuck!
It's like all the DIY problems, but like to a like the scale of like a fucking massive club, or like a fucking arena. Where it's like, all right, Metallica, you got to share the stage with Kanye. He said it's cool if you guys can go last because he's still waiting on some friends to show up.
He does want to borrow a drum set though. He wants to see if that's cool. Finally, big bands can experience the dumb shit that we have to go through.
Could you fucking imagine like a major like fucking like Metallica or like a System of a Down or a other metal band that I can't think of where they have like these giant giant production. They have probably like multiple guitars, multiple drum sets. They have all that shit traveling with them at any time. And then could you imagine just having to like ask like their opener, be like, "Hey, can we borrow your cymbals?"
Oh, actually, there's a clip of David. Like, there's a YouTube video of David Letterman just going up to the drummer and asking them, "Is that your drum set?" And then him just like, but dude, it's constantly, he just goes up to the drummer, it's like, "Hey, how's it going? Is that your drum set?" And they're like, "No, it's a rental," or like whatever. It is the funniest fucking thing. But yeah, Kanye West is gonna ask Metallica if they could borrow their drum set.
The classic fucking Hard Time article. Fucking dumbass just could suggest let's combine the shows.
Oh fuck me, dude.
Did you enjoy No Time for Fun Fest last year?
Oh fuck yeah. I was exhausted after it, but god
Oh
damn,
my
it was
god,
so fucking fun.
I regret. The fucking 4 days, 5 shows was a lot.
Yeah. It was nice seeing everyone. It was nice playing with like brand new bands. Well, not brand new bands,
Yeah,
but just like meeting new bands.
yeah,
I was looking forward to next year, hopefully scaled down in a way.
yeah. I've actually like. Do you have any plans or any? Is there anything you want to see happen with No Time for Fun Fest?
Oh, I do, and it is a Tony Hawk Pro Skater tournament. Other than that,
Oh fuck
nothing
yeah,
else.
fuck yeah.
Outside, it needs to be outside while all the bands played. So it'll be like a fucking Smash tournament for that one show we played. It'll be exactly like that.
What's good now is because I was actually worried, unless it's fucking awful. Because I wanted to set up a Tony Hawk tournament at Program because it's like it's a fucking skate shop.
It
That's the
makes sense.
perfect place.
Oh yeah, the new one's coming out.
New
Or
one,
like
so like
yeah,
we don't.
the remastered.
Yeah, so unless it sucks, like we can just bring a PlayStation 4 and hook it up HDMI to the TV there. We don't have to worry about either converting it or getting a bunch of small CRTs.
I'm just gonna stop you. Nah, let's do Tony Hawk Ride.
I have it.
Fuck yeah, I do. That's why you're the only person. You kept Activision in business this whole year. They're like, fuck, just like $60 more, and we're in the green.
We're good.
And bam, you walked into Target or where the fuck you bought Tony Hawk Ride.
Every year they're like, hey, you know what? We need a little bit of money. Tommy's gonna play the next Tony Hawk game. We know he is. I saw they announced it and I was like, this is gonna suck. This is gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, it was like around that like motion control type shit.
Oh right, dude, I fell for Ride.
It was around that time too.
That was one of the worst things ever.
Oh, it's a fucking mess.
It's an on rails fucking skateboarding game.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it would be at all.
That's fucking. I think I covered the bottom of the skateboard with like No Time stickers too. Controller.
Out of all the bands that were gonna be on No Time for Fun Fest, who do you think is actually good on Tony Hawk?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Sorta.
Sorta?
Fucking gamers. I'm gonna go Sorta.
Damn.
But maybe Alex from Sarcasm.
The dudes from Livid look like they're good at Call of Duty.
I feel so bad because they actually give a shit. I play Warzone with them, and they give a shit. And I just hop in. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I was playing with them and a buddy of theirs because it was when quads came out.
Yeah.
And they just never paid to get like revive me, and I was like, that's fair. Or they would always, if me and the other guy died, they would always revive him first. I'm like, yeah.
Oh damn it.
Yeah, that one's fucking fair. No, but with No Time for Fun Fest, I have two ideas that I'd like to see happen with it. Either make it a 1 day multi-stage thing at like a proper venue instead of having it be 3 night shows at Program. Or although it's fun at Program, but I feel like it's super limited at the same time.
Yeah.
Or I'd like to see. You know how we did the No Time for Fun tour instead of the No Time for Fun Fest in 2018?
Yeah.
We were going on tour like a week after the label's anniversary, and we're like, instead of the festival, let's just book it as a No Time tour. I'd like to do that again.
Holy shit. That sounds super fun.
But if the thing is, like, when we did that, no one gave a shit about No Time.
It was all about the Insomniac Collective.
It was about Backcountry.
Oh, yeah.
Again, people love Backcountry, but like no one gave a shit that it was like the No Time tour. What I ideally would like to do is be like Corrupt Vision, and then like a touring band, either from like another country, another part of the
The East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast. So it'd be like Corrupt Vision and Desparo, for example, and we would like tour the country together. And then like in that area, so like say the Pacific Northwest, we would tour like 4 or 5 days with like Burn Burn Burn, even though they're not active, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking great fucking idea.
Then we would do like, then we go to like South, and we would do like 5 days with Machinist, and then we would go to like Florida and the southeast, and then we would do like 5 days with Sibinak, and then we do the East Coast, and we do like 5 days with the Henchmen or Upfucks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then ideally, I would like to also set up like if we were in like the Midwest, like a Friday or a Saturday, we would like play a giant. This is just me fucking thinking, but we would set up like a giant festival with like all the Midwest bands. So we'd like play Chicago and like get out like all of the bands we work with in the Midwest. Or if we're playing like New York, we would take all the East Coast bands and we'd play one giant like Friday show.
Yeah, that sounds sick. I'm super down to do that.
It's just one of those like.
Granted, I don't think we could do that in 2021 because
No.
who knows? Maybe that's a little too soon.
We got to compete with Live Nation's, Speed Fest. I feel like I want to get the label to a point where people would actually give a shit about that, because that's like that would be the biggest thing tying all these bands together. Is like, oh, they're all on No Time.
Yeah.
So that's just me. I'd like to do the No Time for Fun tour again.
The thing is, like when we did that in 2018, we've only been a label for like what 3-4 years. No,
yeah,
that was 3 years.
That was 4 years.
That was 4 years.
4, yeah.
Yeah, and now in 2020, like I mean, we have more vinyl releases. We have a lot more bigger names on the label. I think people actually would care now, especially now, compared to like when we did it in like 2018.
Yeah, and I think also like with the Insomniac Collective, because that was the main band on that tour. That's very limiting because it's like it's acoustic band.
Oh yeah, we were fucking yeah.
I feel like if we're dragging out Corrupt Vision, we could play pretty much any loud, not every electric show, but I think we have enough crossover in different genres that like we're not out of place at a punk show. We're not out of place at a ska show. We're not out of place at like a PV show. We're not out of place if we're playing with like a bunch of, kind of heavier pop punk bands,
Yeah.
I feel like if we got good, we bring out another touring band with us, and we work with another like local band in that area, and we do like a package thing, and I think it could work, and it would be fun as shit.
Yeah, that sounds like a super sick idea. I'd say let's fucking do that. Well, do the fest next year, do the tour the year after that.
Get COVID figured out. Cure COVID.
Okay, so I'm gonna, as soon as this podcast ends, I'm gonna get on that, Tommy. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna start.
I'm gonna try to fix COVID for you so we can get this tour going.
You just like go in your kitchen and you just like, all right, I'm gonna mix Mountain Dew, cocoa.
Fucking make banana bread instead. It's like shit.
Milk, raw egg, shit.
No, that didn't work. All right. So, any final thoughts on No Time for podcast?
I'm bummed about this year.
Absolutely.
And just hoping that we could do it sooner rather than later. They're definitely hoping we can do it in July of next year and just keep it going. That was the highlight of my year last year.
Yeah.
By far, especially since we didn't tour that much. That was like the highlight of the summer, and then I think the highlight of the year for the show. One of the highlights. The World Peace show was also great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I went to Japan last year, so that was my highlight.
Yeah, I thought my highlight of the year was going to the UK.
All right, and the next festival we're going to talk about that is canceled, which is actually one that we were going to play. Two of our bands were actually going to play it. Zesta Grande 2.
The squeakle.
Yeah, I like how this podcast is pretty much us just like moping around, like, oh fuck, we could have gone to this.
This is. Well, the problem is when our hobbies or our main hobbies involve traveling.
Yeah. Yes.
Groups of people. COVID hit us hard.
Yeah, this is fucking awful, and I hate this. But yeah, Zesta Grande, we would have been there.
Played with we would have played with fucking Extortion, which is my favorite power violence band, at least fastcore band. Sea of Shit is also one of my absolute favorites. Disparo is now part of the No Time family, which would have been great.
Yeah.
We're gonna play with Gulagoon and Sick Mark. And Sick Mark is dope as shit. They're like a German band.
Fucking, I was really excited to fucking see Deterioration.
Oh, fucking love Deterioration. Oh my god, Slight Slappers, Fuck on the Beach.
Oh fuck yeah, that fucking Japanese power violence.
Sick Tired.
Violencia, I was actually kind of stoked to see them too.
Concussive, which is Gabe, the guy who runs the whole thing. That's his band. The friends in Hectorlin again.
Unfortunately, Twitch had a drop.
Twitch broke up.
Yeah, Twitch broke up. That's why they had a drop.
Twitch fucking broke up. Hong Kong, fuck you.
Which is an unfortunate name now.
Yeah, it was hard trying to find them because it'd be like, oh, the biggest website ever.
Yeah, but so what I read is that there's actually a strip called Hong Kong in Tijuana, where Hong Kong fuck you is from. That's what they're referencing.
Oh, it's not the game?
No.
I thought they were referencing the game.
No.
That is by far one of the best live bands I've ever seen in power violence. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh my god.
I think they were gonna play in LA and I couldn't see them.
Oh, they are the most phenomenal live band ever. They are so. They have another band called Puto Crossi. It's the same band, but they play guitars instead of bass.
It's the same band.
It's the same band.
Oh god.
They just switched to guitars.
That's pretty funny right there. Wacko. We finally played with Wacko.
We played with Wacko twice. Well, one and then one by that were on the same flyer at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we played that show.
Yeah, then the show got shut down.
But dude, if Wacko played that show, because that's at a house, that shit was gonna be packed.
Yeah.
He should have. I mean, not that it matters now, but I think Wacko probably would have been moved up to the one of the actual.
Yeah. Days. So Time X Cube. I'm sorry, I apologize. Got the name wrong.
Not one, 2 sets.
Fucking playing 2 sets.
Which I think we were the only band on the whole festival to play 2 sets.
It's a fucking honor. Well, fuck, people like noisecore.
Now there's other people in other bands, like in Zane and Wacko.
Oh yeah, and Zane was coming back, which is fucking crazy to me because I remember seeing in Zane like when I was first getting into the punk scene in like 2011, 2010, 2011, 12, and I thought they're so fucking good. At least at the time, from like what I remember, they were really fucking good. So I wanted to see how they are now. With
back,
yeah,
that was gonna be. It's supposed to be next weekend.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, it would have been.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so the Time Cube was gonna play. Time X Cube was gonna play 2 sets, and I had so many concepts planned. We were going to. Oh god. First of all, we were gonna make tour shirts. It was gonna be a Time X Cube World Tour where every date was canceled except for the two shows we were playing. They were gonna be just like we were gonna play Italy, Egypt, New York, just like the most asinine fucking schedule. We were gonna make our one set, the first set of the weekend, our final set, and then the set we play after as a reunion set.
Weren't we gonna break up on stage like as soon as we?
We're gonna break up on stage. We were going to. I was gonna stop everything halfway through and yell that Gabe pays us in full before we finish the set, and I was gonna have him come out with a giant fake check,
which you can buy on Amazon, by the way.
I was gonna buy one or print, just make a giant fake check for him to give us. All of the song titles were just gonna be "This is off a Split With" and then name a band on the festival. Then since we were playing at the Mullet Death headquarters, which is a record label up in the Bay Area, the they record, but they also have their entire distro there. So that's also where they make their tapes. I wanted to record our set live and then turn it like to tape and then turn around, duplicate them, and then sell the tapes at the show.
Fuck me up, dude. That's so good.
And oh god,
Super
what
funny.
else? Oh, we were when people came up to us and be like, "Oh, you guys are really good," because we're all gonna be in mass. I'll be like, "Oh no, that wasn't us."
Yeah. Try to play it off.
That was, yeah, no, that was no, we're just their roadies. Oh, we're gonna sell. I was gonna make the most ridiculous merch. I wanted to make a shirt, but sell it for like $40, like an actual, like a metal band. If anyone asked like how much the shirt was, I'd be like, it's like $10 or whatever. But I was gonna put that it was $40.
Yeah, put a sign that says it's $40. Do you know the story of like how Gabe had to cancel the show?
The whole Zesta.
Yeah, like from because like I know bands had to drop because they weren't allowed out of the country, right? Is that
Oh
how that
fuck,
went?
he can't. Gabe canceled. I was still in I was still allowed to go to school when Gabe canceled Zesta. Like he was so preemptive with it, and so many people got mad at him. And then it's like, can you really blame him? He fucking called it.
Yeah, he did.
So his big thing was like, all these international bands are not going to fucking be able to travel. If they do travel, they're going to have to go into quarantine when they get home. None of these bands can afford to do it. Who fucking knows what July is going to be? Because everyone's like, oh, we'll probably be back to normal in June. Yeah, that didn't fucking happen.
I remember thinking it, but I was like, I don't know about that.
The thing with us, he lives in the Bay Area, so they got hit harder with like COVID shit at the beginning than Southern California. So he was already feeling the effects of it, that like weird week in March, and he called it, and then because California was the first to do the stay-at-home order, and the close non-essential businesses, like California led the charge in that, and he was just like, nope, fucking canceling it. So
it is pretty interesting that a dude in a grindcore band has more sense than our school dean.
Fucking every other college in like the Orange County in like Southern California area was like, don't come to school, and then Fullerton's like, nah, you guys are fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And then like I've read that we were literally the last school
Sounds about right.
in California to close, which is
It was
crazy because
it was only a week.
yeah, wait, but still, we were the very last one, and
That
the
week
actual
was so weird.
date, like when we had to like start closing things, and when things were getting like pretty damn serious, I had parents coming up to me and asking me for like at work at the school, and they were asking me like, "Hey, like what's up? Like we haven't heard anything." And unfortunately, my school district was also the last school district in Orange County to close. Yeah,
Oh my fucking god.
I like all the schools around us, Capistrano closed and Irvine closed, but for some goddamn reason, Saddleback did not want to close, which fucking baffles me.
That week was so fucking weird.
It was honestly, it was fucking frustrating. Like
Yeah, it was so
it was so like the anxiety of it, like what the fuck is gonna happen?
because
And then
we had, it was so funny because we literally had just finished the weekend with Paul the Kid.
yes.
He
Yeah.
got so oh my god, he got so fucking lucky.
Yeah, he did. Holy
It was
shit.
a
He
weekend
did.
after none of that shit was gonna happen.
Mhm. Absolutely.
It was like we did the show like March 5th, 6th, and 7th and 8th was like when he was playing, and then I think the 9th was like, oh, this is getting pretty bad, and then like the 10th was like Irvine shut down, and then like the 11th. So I remember because I did all my label printing at school before I bought the printer.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my last day at school. I just need to get it all done. So like I sat at school. I brought a stack of labels with me, and I just designed everything I needed to design for all my upcoming tapes. I printed everything out on like the last Thursday that the school was open.
Fucking hell, dude.
I'm just doing this because I'm like, this is it. It was so weird because by the end of the week, because I went every day, because some of my teachers canceled, some didn't, and then it was weird going like every day, and like every day you went to school, there was less and less cars and less people, and by the end of it, it was like, why the fuck are we even here?
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we fucking closed it. And speaking of international travel, Manchester Punk Fest.
Oh fuck yeah! So
Oh
that was
no, Tommy. Did you get a refund though?
okay. So Uh,
Backstory. Context.
Manchester Punk Festival is a music festival that happens in obviously Manchester, United Kingdom, which is put on by TNS Records and a few other, I think, promoters and a bunch of interesting, like, I don't know if it's all labels or if it's TNS and then they work with other promoters. I think there's a group beer company that also helps run it, but it's just a giant punk festival in the UK, and it's funny because they top bill all these American acts that like you and I have like played with or like seen.
Yeah.
So it's like off of their heads is like the like that's the top band, and it's like I played with them in a bar.
Yeah. The Flatliners, I saw them for free in Fullerton.
Yeah, so it's just funny that it's just like it's interesting to be like, yo, these bands like they're not bad, but it's like we see them at a local spot once a year, and it's fine. But I was more stoked on the fact that it was going to be all of these bands that I love from the UK in one spot, and I work with a lot of TNS bands, as well as just bands from the UK in general. And all of the people I had worked with had pooled money together to fly me out to MPF to go this year. And I bought the ticket, and I was like so fucking excited. I cleared out my schedule as much as I could. I was busting my ass in school to make sure that I was going to be fine when it happened, because it didn't fall on spring break, which I was hoping it would. Spring break for us is earlier than when high school would have like a spring break.
Yeah, it's a weird day. It's the 24th to the 26th in April for us here.
Yeah, I don't know if anything that's a special weekend out there, but they've always done it like late April. But I was busting my ass in school. I was like, I'm not gonna fall behind. I'm gonna do everything I can to like survive, potentially not having any sense of like being able to do projects or do homework or whatever. I was telling teachers like, hey, I'm doing. I think I told teachers I was going to see my sister's wedding.
Yeah, in the UK.
flying to my sister's wedding, and I was like, hey, what am I gonna miss? Here's what's happening, and then nothing ever mattered. So
yeah, I'm looking over the flyer, and there's like a lot of fucking good bands on it. Fucking Love Dump is on
that
it.
was the last show.
Holy shit!
It was supposed to be their last show. I was like, Bobby from Wad Eye, who Bobby's the only person that I know of that has a No Time Records tattoo. It was gonna stay with him because apparently he was like 20 minutes like all the shit happening. I was like, oh, that's perfect. We're gonna hang out, and I told him, I was like, I really want to go to Poundland.
Oh.
Those who don't know what Poundland is, it's the United Kingdom version of the dollar store. And I was like,
okay, Dr. Ashens, dude.
And Bobby's a huge fucking Ashens fan too. And I was like, I just want to go to Poundland. I was like, I don't give a fuck about the festival.
This was all a trick. You all paid for me to go to Poundland.
And then Bobby, like leading up for like months, he was like, I'm going to Poundland again. And he would like show me all the cheap candy he bought. I was like, oh, it's gonna be me. It's like I was like, because I was getting there like piss early Thursday morning, like at like 7 a.m. Because I would fly out. It was like 24 hours of traveling from like when I leaving California time to getting there UK time was like 24 hours of traveling.
Oh Jesus, that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It was gonna be fine?
Question mark? Maybe.
I think I had like a 2-hour delay in New York. I'll just do homework then, and then because I had to fly California to New York and then New York to Manchester.
Okay, so it wasn't like straight there.
Yeah, so we and I was so excited. There's so many bands I was stoked to see. Bobby Funk, Dad, which is this grind band.
Green Eyed Monsters from Japan. They're actually playing.
Yeah, they came through. They came through
a program. Yeah, I was supposed to run the door for that show, but I told Chris that I couldn't. But I was actually on a hot date with my girl, I think, that night. Heist is playing. Foamers.
Ace, dude. There's Foamers gonna play. God, who else? Oh, Fidget. Fidget's this really great like avant-garde grind band. No Pulse. No Pulse. Christmas.
Oh, the
Pizza
JB
Tramp.
conspiracy. Yo, yeah, Pizza Tram. They're on no
Fucking
time.
Random Hand.
The JB conspiracy is their first album is one of my favorite ska punk albums of all time. Like all fucking time. That album is so fucking good. Barstool Preachers, they're from the UK, aren't they? No, they're from. Oh,
From
they
the
are.
UK.
Oh,
They
they
just
are.
play the US like motherfucker.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they pretty much fucking live here.
Aerial Salad.
Discharge.
Discharge.
Fuck.
Popes of Chili Town. It was funny. Is like I like we talk shit on ska here, but like when it's like UK band, I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit at Random Hand. I'm so fucking excited. Random Hand is like one of my favorite like ska core bands.
Yeah, they're so fucking good.
Standout Riot. Fucking.
It is also Random Hand is pretty up there on the billing too. They have the big font.
I think they draw like a motherfucker.
Damn. Shai Hulud, Flatliners, and I can't read what it says down there, like on the bottom.
Little ones.
Playing something in full.
Oh, Faulion. I can't pronounce them, but they're a really good, like super heavy ska band.
Off with Their Heads. I cry every time I listen to their first album.
So yeah, this is gonna be fun. The other thing is Corrupt Vision. I don't want to jinx anything, but we have a slot for 2021. I don't know what that stands now. I'm assuming they want to try to get as many bands from 2020 back onto 2021, but you know who knows.
They could take off the Flatliners and we could replace them. Oh, well, the Flatliners doesn't play ska anymore, but just saying, you know, if you want a cheap band, Corrupt Vision could be the Flatliners. We could take their spot. We'll be top billing. We'll get the biggest font.
He's like, I can't pay you to fly. I was like, I understand. I just want to play.
we have jobs.
I told Andy, I was like, if we can play, we're gonna go.
Yeah, I like if anybody else in Corrupt Vision, which also hi if you're listening, people in Corrupt Vision, if none of us could play, I'll fucking find someone. Like Corrupt Vision guitar parts, not that hard.
Bobby from Wade I was gonna play bass if Chloe couldn't come through.
Fucking Wesley, guitarist for Beanie, fucking Wesley said he's down to go just to go. Even if we don't need like another guitar player, he said he'll just go. So we're good.
Well, the other hope with it was we were going to Rash Decision was going to tour support us.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that is right.
With the hope that we would tour support them if they came out to the West Coast,
which we totally will. Actually, hold on. Give me one sec. Kayla, do you want to go to the UK next year? Okay, we found a merch person. Kayla says she wants to go to the UK.
Leave that in. No, Kenny's supposed to go.
Man, fucking Kenny's gonna spend all his money on shoes. Fucking with what? You think Program's paying the bills?
He's gonna be like, "Hey, can we go to the Supreme store in London?" Hold on, I gotta check if there actually is a Supreme store. There's gotta be.
Yeah, I feel like there is. I don't even want to go. He was like, "Yo, can we go to the Bape store or some shit? Can we go to the Nike store?" He wants to go to the M&M store in London or some shit. I don't fucking nah.
But like, we're not going anywhere near London, right? He's like, what? Like halfway through the plane trip, he's like trying to get home.
We tricked you. If anything, Kenny could be the merch guy for when we play in Program. How about that? Does that help?
The other thing is, so I was talking to Mike from Wad Eye, and he's like, oh yeah, Bobby's house it's a bit stabby, and I was like, oh, does that mean like there's like a lot of like cobblestone or like maybe some bushes? He's like, no, you'll probably get stabbed. I was like, oh
great.
it's a wee bit stabby, and I'm like, oh,
that's not concerning at all.
Like, am I gonna twist my ankle? Is there a lot of rock? No, you'll get stabbed. Oh, okay.
The thorn bushes are amazing. No, the knives.
No, you'll get knifed. So yeah, I hope. I was excited because this was my first trip getting to leave the country for something ever. This is my first time leaving the country, and just that it was going to be this great weekend of just seeing so many people for the first time, and like because I'm a huge fan of like the TNS, Pumpkin Records, Riot Scout Records, like that family of bands, and to like the Manchester Punk Festival is like one of the festivals that it's like, oh fuck, you could see all of them.
It's just all at once.
Yeah. Oh, Knife Club was going to play this too, which is Andy from Revenge of the Psychotronic Man's new band.
What? Are they on the bill?
I don't. Probably on. They're supposed to.
Oh yeah, they're right there. I see them. I see a Knife Club right there.
Which is funny. So Knife Club had this whole lead up to their band, where none of the members were announced. You didn't know who was in the band, and they just did like this like viral marketing thing.
Yeah.
Hype the band up.
I remember seeing those posts. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Like, who the fuck's Knife Club? And the whole idea was that their first show was going to be where you saw who they were, but all of that got canceled because of COVID.
Unfortunately.
So it's just like, it's us. So yeah, I'm very hopeful and praying, not praying, fuck, you know what I mean? Very hopeful that Manchester Punk Festival can happen next year. Corrupt Vision could potentially tour the UK. Saving a bunch of money, not doing anything right now. So
yeah, I have a lot of money saved up for it, so hopefully we do go.
Yeah, so that'll be. What sucks with it is like, that's something like, honestly, like we should probably like dealing with like right now. Like it's something that it's like, hey, we should probably actually start like figuring out what date works and when we can get out there and who can go and who can save up the money. But right now it's just like, who fucking knows if it's even gonna happen?
Yeah. All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah, we're looking at Fest.
Yep, going to Fest. I heard it's a great time.
Fest is, oh my god, Fest is
fucking
the most fun.
So there was actually a lot of friends of ours actually playing Fest, and Bad Time Records actually had like a bunch of their bands playing Fest as well.
It was like every Bad Time band.
Yeah, nearly every single one, and that's all gone now, unfortunately.
It's funny is now they're even another year off from, because it's Fest 19, but it was happening in 2020.
Oh yeah, now it's an extra year off
again. Yeah, God, Eradicator, Sarcasm, Pseudo, God, who else? It was funny, like I wasn't too stoked like on the first announcement, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then like more and more of our friends got it added, and I was like, I want to fucking go. I was like, this is like a year that I want to go. I've been trying to get Corrupt Vision onto Fest every year it comes around, and I don't know what I need to do for that to happen.
God damn it, I know.
Obviously the big one is tour.
Yeah.
But I was hoping, working with a Swamp Cabbage, we got a Florida presence, but
yeah,
I just want to go. It's such a great time.
Yeah,
it's cool because it was cool going as a fan because I was able to have all the fun of DIY and not have to worry about anything.
It's such a nice feeling sometimes. Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, I was like, I don't have to fucking, I don't gotta worry about the merch. I don't have to worry about the set time. I don't have to worry about the band being together. I was like, I don't have to worry about gas. I don't have to worry about where we're sleeping. I was like, I can just hang out.
The one thing that I personally did not like with the whole Fest thing is that everything was canceling. Everything was closing because this is in Florida.
And in October.
Well, still, like I do, like California, I'm not gonna go to shows until the end of the year, pretty much. I'm not, like, 2020 is done for me pretty much. But because this is in Florida, they were announcing bands to play Fest.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Sarcasm, we're playing Fest, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
no, you're not.
Like, you're like, honestly, you're not. But if you are, what the fuck?
Yeah, with me it was like I was watching and I was like, I hope Fest makes the right decision, because it's like, okay, it is Florida, which is not California, which has different rules. Probably views COVID a whole different thing, at least government wise. But you're like, you would hope with Fest, more of a left leaning organization, or left leaning promoters and organizers. Or at least you would hope the fact that it's this giant, more or less DIY festival. You would hope that they would have sense to be like, okay, not doing it. And I'm glad they did it in July and not September.
Yeah, and
Um,
I think personally, I think they should have just not done it
uh,
a whole lot sooner and not given these
yeah,
bands the super cool, "We're playing Fest," PNG.
yeah. Well, the other thing is now you got to sort fucking, which they had a very from what I can see, they have a very um, no BS refund system of like you're gonna get your money back unless you wanna parlay it to next year. You know, they had to know the one thing that I was really kind of like that's really shitty is they did their tiered um, pre-sales again,
Oh, yeah.
which was like I don't know, the first 500 tickets was like 120, and then the next 500 tickets after that was 130, and then the next 500 was 140, and then the next one was 150, and then like the last 3,000 were like 180. So it's like, all right, fuck. Like if you wanted to go before all these bands were announced and you wanted the cheapest, like you gotta buy early. And I was like,
Yeah.
they did that when COVID was happening, and it's like, how the fuck? I'm looking at it right now. So the first 500, 150, next 500, 160, 170, 180, and then 190 for the last 1,000. And it's like,
Holy shit.
it's $40, so it's not crazy, but at the same time, it's like that's getting like the go for it. So it's just like
Yeah.
you didn't know. While Fest 19 is sold out, they're not. I would be very surprised that most people probably did not refund, and they probably just like, yeah, we'll just go next time.
Yeah. Plus, like, not all of the bands, but a decent amount of the bands, because like, Fest has, like, a million fucking bands playing, like, a good majority of them are playing again next year.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's hard to see because obviously like something like a Gorilla Biscuit's gonna play again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
are.
the thing
Shit.
is, like, it's anything could happen in a year, so any of
Yeah,
these bands can drop.
especially these smaller ones. It's like especially like a lot of the smaller bands where like being a band is not their job.
Yeah, it's not their main source of income.
You can have a fight and break up, and it doesn't matter. So it's be interesting to see how many bands survive to the next fest. So I'm
Yeah.
glad they canceled when they did. Um, I think the tiered system was a little fucky considering the circumstances. It's like COVID hit and you were still selling tickets. I was like, the other issue is like I just hope that like the hotel and airfare shit's a lot easier for people to get
Yeah.
back. Because oh yeah, so with MPF, canceling my airfare was awful because the only way a airline company will refund you is if the plane does not take off or if your flight does not happen.
Yeah.
They will refund you. My flight still happened,
Oh, shit.
so I waited and waited and waited because I was like, I was reading online. I was like, if you took the travel vouchers, um, basically you getting a cash refund or a refund was not going to happen.
Wow, holy crap.
So I waited literally till the night before my flight was taking off. So I was waiting. It's like just cancel, just cancel, just cancel. And I think the issue was it was LA to Manchester. It was like it's a highly populated area to another highly populated area. Like people need to get across the world.
Yeah.
So I have $700 in fucking
Airplane.
travel.
Oh,
I'm
god.
anywhere I want. Dude, I needed that money so bad too.
Fuck. Actually, Avery, he was gonna go to, or our friend Avery was gonna go to, Europe, and they did not refund him the money.
Oh
And
fuck! Did he get a travel voucher?
he did, and he even messaged him, like, "Hey, dude, the fuck, what's the European Union is not allowing Americans in. Like, I literally
Yeah.
cannot go." And same with Kevin. Our buddy Kevin was gonna go with Avery, and they would not refund him the money. They said, "Okay." Well, here's the thing though. They gave him a travel voucher to travel to Europe again, and Kevin said, "I don't wanna go to Europe anymore. Like, can I switch it over to Japan?" And they said, "No, you have to go to Europe,"
Fuck.
which they're
At
not
least
letting us in yet till God knows when.
at least mine. Well, the other thing is like the fuck I want to go on vacation right now. What the fuck am I gonna go do?
Yeah, well, but stay inside.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go sit in a house in this country now.
Oh, great. I'm gonna surf
Cool.
Facebook with a different Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm gonna plug my computer into a different wall outlet.
Ooh, you could use the little adapter. That's exciting.
I fucking found one in my room. I was so stoked. I was like, dope. I don't need to buy one yet. Fuck.
Oh fuck.
It was funny. I messaged Bobby. I was like, what does yours look like? Because the UK has a different one than the EU.
Yeah.
He like sent me a picture. And I was like, all right, I think that'll work.
Good enough.
But yeah, no, at least mine's like I can use it on any flight.
Oh,
Essentially, it's like
yeah.
a gift card. But
Yeah.
I think the best way to describe it was like, you're just bailing out the airline right now. And I was like, yeah, that's what it is. A loan is what it is.
Does your voucher have an expiration date?
It was originally a year.
Holy
So many people
fuck.
got so fucking mad at that it's now 24 months. So I could use it for
Corovision?
Manchester. Yeah, I could that. So originally it was supposed to end at the calendar year, and I was gonna be. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, the calendar year.
So it's supposed to be by the end of 2020, and I was like, when? So originally my idea was like, oh, I'll go to What's It Called Fest, which is it's a smaller festival, in what part of Europe? It's near London, or it's in what part of the UK? It's near London, Hastings. It's in Hastings. That's put on by Dan of Haste.
Yeah.
Because he runs called What's It Booking. And he has a festival, and like it was funny. It was like it was even more like No Time bands. Jody Faster, Pizza Tramp, Haste, Knife Club, Domestics, Rash Decision. Like I was like, oh, these are all the bands I want to see. It was only going to be at one bar, but like fuck, that was going to be like, if I wanted to just see bands that I like that was going to be the one to go to.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just go to that in September, and then like I was like, that's fucking not happening. And then like a week ago, I was like, yeah, we're postponing. I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Fuck. Well,
what's funny with like the UK and the US is like both of us are not handling COVID well.
Yeah, like Internet Today said that the UK is just the US with accents. And I was like, that sounds like it's correct.
Yeah, it's like we're both trying to eradicate our countries.
But speaking of eradicating our own population, and speaking of okay, so I feel like we just this episode's depressing. Okay, this podcast's pretty depressing. I threw this one in to try to lighten up the mood because we're only talking about shows that are canceling. I want to talk about a show that's actually happening, an actual music festival that's happening called Herd Immunity Festival.
My fucking god!
All right, so this is real. Oh wow! By the time this podcast comes out, yeah, it will be happening. This is in it's a 3-day festival, July 16th to the 18th. In a couple of weeks, literally next week, from the time that we're recording this. This is a mini fest, that's in quotes, featuring 15 bands, and this is in Wisconsin.
Ringgold, Wisconsin.
That sounds fake. Ringgold, but God bless Wisconsin. Y'all just want to fucking murder people. This lineup is fucking like who?
Livid should see if they can get on.
Oh shit, Livid should not play this at all.
No, it should not.
Livid needs to sell those fucking vinyl records that we didn't send him. Oh shit, you think it was the post office that they're like, oh shit, we're gonna hold these records ransom. Livid, you have to come play Herd Immunity Fest if you want to see these records again.
Livid didn't get all of the records. The post office, we think, is holding a handful of the records hostage, and we're trying to get them to them.
I don't understand. They're probably like, "Yo, I heard this album. It fucking slaps. I'm taking one."
And these out to my friends. So it was renamed from Herd Immunity Fest to just 3-day mini fest.
Yeah, they changed it because, and actually, Static X, which is a fucking terrible band, and Nonpoint, who is also all these bands fucking suck. As soon as Nonpoint, which is one of the headliners, like second billing on the headline, they heard that it was actually called Herd Immunity Fest. The promoters, they did a complete 180 and they're like, oh, we're not calling it that. But then Nonpoint did drop, and they added more bands from when they changed their name to just Outdoor Event.
It's like generic. It's like how you can't call like a Super Bowl party. You have
Yeah.
to call it like the big game.
Exactly. It's just like it's this way. Well, Wisconsin is, from what I've heard, is that they actually their courts turned down and voted against a mandatory stay-at-home order.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
We're gonna
so
die. We're gonna
they
fucking die.
hey, I don't live in Wisconsin. Live in I'm rest in peace. So yeah, let's just read off some of these fucking names.
Let's go. You want to go bottom to the top?
Fucking all right, so there's a band called One, which is a Metallica tribute band, which okay, right off the bat, if you're gonna fucking die to go see a tribute band, no. But there's another tribute band called Thunderstruck, who's an AC/DC tribute band. So if you're paying $105 with 50 cents, the 50 cents are important. If you're paying that much for two fucking tribute bands, no.
Hey, how much are festival tickets?
Not $105 with 50 cents for two fucking tribute bands on the bill.
Are they seriously $150?
They're $105 with 50 cents.
Why?
105 for fucking okay. Anyways, versus
I guess
me.
because you have to social distance, but
Fucking, oh god. So versus me, I have no idea who the fuck they are. Do you know who they are?
No.
Okay, who do you actually know? Before like, I'll put a picture of the flyer on the screen. People can read it. All I know is Static X, who are fucking terrible. I know of Dope, and I've actually listened to Nonpoint. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? And I looked them up, and they're fucking terrible. Like this is not worth dying for.
So because of my new metal kick, I have been listening to also a lot of Static X. If people don't know, Wayne Static, the original guitarist,
He passed away, right?
He passed away in 2014.
Yeah, he passed away.
The band reformed with all of the original members with a new lead singer who was also the lead singer of Dope.
Well, that explains it.
So Dope and Static X have basically been sister bands since then. Tour together, all that shit. Dope is fucking terrible. Oh my god. Static X is like you can get down to some of their old stuff. Dope is fucking awful. Holy shit.
I know Static X is kind of like industrial, and they have that one super big song like yeah, push it.
Push it. They also have a song called "I Was Stupid" that's also very good.
Oh god. But okay, so so how Nonpoint dropped is, to me personally, a little funny. This dude named Spider One, who who is the lead singer of Power Man 5000, which is another like industrial-ish new metal band. Pretty much just made a tweet saying a bunch of bands that I consider peers and some friends are partaking in a show called Herd Immunity Fest, which by the title is basically saying to their fans, come see us and we hope you get sick. What the fuck? And Nonpoint responded with them that they're dropping because of the festival name. So it makes it sound like as that they were totally cool with just playing a fucking show in the middle of a pandemic. Then as soon as they saw like, oh shit, we're getting backlash, we got to make something up. Oh, we saw the name, we're dropping. It sounds like such a fucking cop out.
Yeah, it's like it could have been called social distance, fucking sterile fest, and like I still think it's in bad taste to fucking. Oh, so the flyer's awful. Let's just
fucking
look at the flyer again.
The graphic design on this, I want to. Okay, no, not even the graphic design of the flyer, of some of these fucking logos.
That is clearly someone who.
Oh god.
The other thing is like no fucking self-respecting like graphic designer would be like, I'm gonna make a festival, I'm gonna make a flyer for a festival that's potentially gonna be killing people. Like this is clearly like someone like I know Paint.
Microsoft Paint isn't that hard, right?
I got GIMP. We're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah.
You could make this in Paint. The issue with making this in Paint though is like once you lay something down, that's like where it is gonna be.
Oh yeah, you can't move. I'm looking at some of these squares. If you look at the one in the corner between Blacktop Mojo, Boba Flex, which is oh god, I got a fucking special reunion show. My man, it's your last show too. Oh, anyway, if you look at the corner between Adelato's Way, Static X, Boba Flex, and Blacktop Mojo, all these fucking names, holy shit. If you look at just like the corner, they're not even centered. Like the
Yeah, it's
like the Aldeto's Way one is not like the Top Mojo compared to the Boba Flex one's a little too high up. The Aldeto's Way is a little too much to the right. The Static X one's just like there's a big black line between the Static X one. Like they're not. Oh god.
the other thing was like when I saw this and I was like, Static X is playing. I was like, some shit Static X would play.
Oh god, this is fucking depressing.
It's $105.
Yes. Also, I'm reading this comment. Spoonge, LOL. They reaching way down in the mediocre Wayback Machine to fill the bill. Who knew that was still even a band? Who's next? Live 90s alt rock elevator music. Oh god.
God,
Fuck these guys. Fuck these
This is
idiots.
so fucking bad.
And fuck Great White too.
Oh my god.
And fuck that one country singer that fucking played a show and just
Oh fucking not Chase Rice. Was it Chase Rice?
it's that one dude from the fucking Bachelor.
No.
I know the
Chase,
dude from the Bachelor.
Chase Rice.
Yeah,
Oh
fuck all these people. But if it makes you feel better, outdoor concerts are allowed to return in the UK as long as venues maintain a limited and social distance audience. I am going to send you the concept art of how we are going to do this. Are you ready? And look at that.
Scrolling down. Yeah, I'm just not gonna go to a show.
Yeah, let's just not fucking go.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, let's just not fucking.
It's just a drive-in show, but like a booth.
Yeah, it's just a lot of bands are like hurting, and I am glad that Bandcamp Day is a thing, but it's just let's just not do shows.
Thing is, I understand. Okay, it's the mid-tier bands that are hurting because the big guys, the Green Days, the Metallica, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
They're fine. They don't give a shit. The mid-tier bands that, like the Gouge Aways and the I can't think. They're like bringing new metal back. What band is that? Code Orange.
Yeah, Code Orange.
The mid-tier bands that it's like, okay, they're more or less probably professional musicians. They might have side jobs when they're not touring, but their bread and butter is we're gonna go out and we're gonna tour 10 months out of the year.
Yeah,
we're gonna sell our records and we're on an independent label and that's how we pay rent. You know, the mid-tier bands are the bands that I think are hurting the most because like the low-tier bands, like oh man, but bands are hurting right now. Your fucking dad rock cover band does not need to play a show right now. Corrupt Vision doesn't need to play a show right now.
Yeah, Boba Flex does not need to play a show right now, or let alone come back together to play a show.
Special reunion show. It's gonna be your last. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and
that's who I think is hurting. And I'm glad that like Bandcamp is doing the Bandcamp days, and I think a lot of labels are being a lot more. They're pushing more direct sales and shit onto their artists, which is very good to keep them alive. But those are the bands that I hurt the most for right now. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about your local band feeling like you have to prove something by playing a show. Fuck you, basically. Yeah. Shows they're unnecessary, absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah,
unsafe. You're no better than all the if you're playing a show or going to a show right now, you're really no better than all the fucking GOP, Republican ass, who believe that this is all fake and it's all blown over. It didn't affect me, it didn't affect my family. Like, you're no better than that. And so this whole virus. This isn't a political thing. This isn't a fucking genetic thing. It's just strictly numbers. That is the virus is affecting communities of color the absolute worst. And you going out and not social distancing and not taking the shit seriously is absolutely affecting that. Not wearing a mask when you go out, absolutely affecting it. So you don't need to gather. It's unnecessary. if you feel like you need to support music, fucking buy shit from your favorite artist. Literally a $10 t-shirt will do more than you can ever imagine.
Yeah.
It's so like a lot of bands are, a lot of these like mid-tier bands, they're doing the live stream shit. A lot of them probably live together or now live together. They're if you want to see and help live music out, the most important thing to do is not throw shows, throw music at bands or throw money at bands that you want to, see continue through this, and support live streams and shit. That's definitely the biggest thing.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with you.
So I think it's safe to say we'll probably not be throwing a show for the rest of the year.
Yep, 100%. I agree with that. I
I
am
don't
not
with
gonna do that at all.
how bad Southern California is. I mean, every day it's like Orange County, LA. Like, I think LA today, like nearly 5,000 new cases just today.
And also, the one thing that is pretty upsetting, which the Doll Hut is throwing a lot of fucking shows, and it's fucking stupid. It is unnecessary. It's very dangerous, especially like it's not helping us at all. We're not gonna get out of this any sooner.
I guess to end the episode on a little bit of a very important note, although I probably should have started the episode with it just to explain the change, but we changed our logo. I no longer felt comfortable with the No Time Records logo having a noose prevalent on it, and the original design of that logo was, in my mind, when we were really heavy Crack Rock Steady label at that point. The mix of the Old English and the noose and kind of the pointy stylizedness of it, to me, really summed up like the Crack Rock Steady sound and genre. The fact that a lot of the music's very depressive, suicidal, I felt really encompassed the genre, which is something that we were pushing really heavy now, obviously, but still even more so back then. I know we've branched out since adopting that logo. I've always felt weird with the noose for a little while, especially putting it on the back of like a pop punk release. To me, the noose was more of a edgy hardcore shit, and I always looked at it like that. And then with all of the recent happenings in the United States and around the world, the fact that lynchings are still unfortunately prevalent and still occurring, I was like, I can't fuck with a noose anymore. I can't just pretend that it's this like edgy metal hardcore symbol anymore. It's like, oh, it's just edgy and cool. It's like you can't not associate a noose with lynchings, and I didn't feel comfortable with it being the logo anymore. So I didn't want to change out the logo we had, at least the style wise. So I decided to edit, the noose into extended the R down a bit. Although people told me that it looks like a coffin nail, so that looks kind of cool. It's still got that kind of darkness to it, but the logo's changed. Still a handful of releases, including the Live It LP we just put out, that will still carry the Noose logo. But everything happening, literally all of the J cards and album art that I've been designing from here on out will have the new logo. That'll be the new logo on the Time for Fun 6, and that'll be the new logo on pretty much everything happening after, I think, NTR 80, anything past 80 will have, NTR 180 will have the new logo. So that just something you guys should expect. I went on and got 2,000 stickers made with the logo, the new logo. So I will be putting those in with all the orders, and people can hand them out and pass them around and shit. When shows happen again, the banner that we will be flying will be the same banner that we have now, but I intend to paint over the noose and adjust it to the new logo, which is the other reason I actually wanted to keep the logo as similar as possible, is because I didn't want to have to get a new banner made.
Damn.
So I will be getting black and white paint and painting over the noose when the time comes for us to do shows again. Or I don't know how crazy it would be to mail it back up to the original artist and see if she can update it, or I think I can hack it. a straight line. It's some painter's tape.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad.
I'll email her and ask her what paint would work. So that's why the logo's changed. It's just something that I felt uncomfortable promoting, and I just needed to change. So trying to think of what else before we sign out. Oh, No Time for Fun 6 will be dropping at the end of this month, July 26th. That is our compilation series that we do every year. We would have dropped it a month early if No Time for Fun Fest was happening, but it was not. I'll read off a couple bands on it. Nothing. Don't want to give too much away, but we got tracks from Corrupt Vision, obviously. Goody X James has an exclusive track on it, exclusive track from X Griffo X, exclusive track from the Bimbos, exclusive track from Sarcasm, exclusive stuff from Junt, brand new tracks from Livid. That'll be we'll be talking about that soon. Stuff from the Taxpayers, Spillage, Moon Bandits, Bad X Mouth, Rash Decision, The Domestics, Rota Profunda, Jody Faster, Sibinac, Knife Club, bunch of dope stuff. So that'll be coming out July 26th, which is the label's birthdays. This will be a sixth year, therefore the sixth release. And then I've already posted about it on Instagram, but this year's theme, every year, all the No Time for Fun, they're video game rips, right? So done PlayStation 1, Black Box NES, Super NES, Sega Master System, and Atari 2600. So this year we're doing PlayStation 2, and the game we're ripping off is Tony Hawk. So I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, the cover is very, very cool.
So I'm very excited to finally share this and working very hard on it. And that'll be coming out on tape and a free download July 26th. Oh, fuck. All right, fuck it. Let me just look at all the shit coming out. Split. Corrupt Vision and the Bimbos. Split Flexi tape and mini CD. We want to thank everyone who picked up the Flexi on Bandcamp Friday. We sold out of those pretty quickly. Very excited. No, okay. We sold out of exclusive cover variants, which we only made 10 of. The Flexi itself is not sold out. That'll still be very much available whenever they come in like the next 2 weeks. Don't feel like you missed the boat, but thank you for everyone who bought the exclusive variant. The split with Endless Swarm and Farsass will be coming out on tape and 7-inch vinyl in probably a month and a half, 2 months. Endless Swarm and Farsass being two great grind bands from the UK and Lithuania, which is actually where my family's from. Well, grandma's grandma, whatever. None of my family has ever pushed my heritage on me, so I don't really have any I'm Lithuanian. I don't know anything about the country.
I was gonna say I didn't even know you were from Lithuanian.
I'm half Lithuanian, half German. We got stuff coming from the Domestics, Rash Decision, Dismoral, Knife Club, Agathocles, Junt. Some more shit with Desparo and Corrupt Vision. We'll announce that later. Stuff from Sordo. New stuff from Slivid. We're going to do that. And we're going to talk about that later. And a band called Ask, which is this hardcore band from Detroit. So that's all the stuff we got down the pipe. Oh, No Nothing. They are now a part of the No Time family, which is this great violence band from the Northern California, who we played with. And they asked, hey, how do we get on No Time? And I was like, hey, you guys are on.
Easy.
They were very good. They were one of the best bands I've ever had the pleasure of watching, and I think we're going to do a discography tape for them, so very excited. So yeah, that's everything coming down the pipe. Anything else? We're releasing a few more stuff, although, the new Livid record just came out today. We're releasing a few more stuff in July to celebrate the birthday of the label. No Time for Fun 6 on July 26th. That's about it, and then we'll probably check back in, at least with releases and stuff for August. Although I'm assuming we're going to try to record a podcast next week for sure.
Yeah, school's pretty much over for me.
I'm almost done. I got one more class. I'm in it right now. We got a party when I graduate, as in probably just do another podcast.
Oh hell yeah, the graduation podcast.
Yeah, or we'll play the music. We'll do a commencement.
I'll work something up. I'll work something up.
We'll hopefully see you tomorrow night for corrupt vision practice.
Yep. Probably won't happen, but I'll be available.
But that'll be the first time the Vision crew will be together.
Yeah, it's
Since
been a
March.
good while.
We're gonna hopefully run through some new shit. Bands are recording right now. I don't know how likely that could be for us.
Yeah.
But we're in the process of we have a new album written, but it was supposed to be recorded. It was supposed to be recorded in April.
Yeah.
But that's yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get it recorded eventually. I'm kind of not in a rush, honestly.
Not either.
I mean, I don't mind.
I mean, the issue with it is like, okay, we record it. Well, we want to press it and promote it. Well, we can't tour with it. So
yeah, we can't do a full like album show either.
It's like, what if we like record it and then we, it's recorded, we spend all the money, and then like we have to sit on it for like 4 or 5 months. We come up with better ideas, and that's like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
might as well do it when we're comfortable and when we. I mean, I love the album as it is now. I would have been happy with what we have.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with it. What I do want to try to do is to get a live stream going, but I'm not entirely sure how the internet at the lockout is. We will find out later.
I've never been able to connect to it. I've texted Chris from Up or Down and JJ multiple times of what the Wi-Fi is, and they keep telling me different things. They're like, oh, the password, the address, and I'm like, I don't know what the address is.
Oh Christ! Well, hopefully the the upload speed is good enough for us to stream.
Yeah, I'd love to do it. I'd like to do like, at least Corrupt Vision live streams, and
that would be nice.
It'd be very fun. So that's called. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Yes, watching. It's on YouTube. Thank you for listening. Hopefully, we will catch you guys next week with a new episode. Recap festivals. Time for Fun 6, July 26th. Buy the new Live It album. Buy it from the band and every other label first. And we will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. Have a good one, y'all.
Yeah, we'll see y'all later.